Alright, what is up, guys? Starting another change out here. I know you guys are probably a little sick of the change out videos, but I seem to be doing more of those that I can film, I guess, rather than just your everyday service call. I'm going to try to maybe film some service calls if it's anything interesting, but here's what we're doing today. Here's the unit. Pretty new unit. Well, I guess it's not that new. 06. Big unit though. Check this. Nice dryer, huh? But that's what the unit outside looks like. Really sits well on the pad. Enough said, right, guys? I know. Alright, so this is a straight cool unit, and I'll show you guys why. Let me go inside. Here's my van and my install trailer. So luckily, that alarm is going to really annoy me today. Oh boy. Anyway, so 2 stories, really big open floor plan. Thermostat's downstairs. Let's go upstairs here. And look at this. Okay, so here's the unit. Isn't she nice? And as you can tell, this house is empty. Someone just bought it. And the home inspector actually said, everything looks great on this unit. Yeah. Everything looks just wonderful. Now, granted, he was the seller's home inspector. And if any of you are out there buying a house, do not take the word of the home inspector that the seller of the home hires. You hire him, or even the realtor. Don't take the word of the home inspector that the realtor hires. He is on their side, and they want to make the sale. They do not want to find things wrong that would mess up the realtor's sale. You go out and hire your own home inspector, and you'll get a much better inspection report, put it that way. So this is kind of a nightmare. This is what most of our duct systems look like when I show up. Let's crawl up in here. Look at this beautiful line set. Look at this beautiful drain line. Really nice and secured with a nice T below the pan to leak. Look at this beautiful wiring up here. Oh, this is just... Oh, and I love this wire. I love this wire. Yeah, they put it into a junction box, but it's just wonderful. Yeah, so this is a hydronic unit. This is kind of like a knockoff First Company unit. Oh, but look, it has an air sanitifier. Don't get me started on crap like that. But anyway, so I digress. So vertical up here, something you don't typically see. Most likely because this unit maybe couldn't be, the original unit maybe couldn't have been installed horizontal. I'm not sure, but so this beautiful looking return. I hope the lighting is okay. I set up some lights for you guys over here. Let me just get through this wire. Okay. And look at this beautiful Beautiful, beautiful return line. That's the upstairs return. This is actually the downstairs that we're kind of looking at here. We got some runs coming off the plenum. And yeah. Let me see here. If I can get this light over there. This is our beautiful, beautiful upstairs return. Pinched off nicely right there. This is actually the upstairs supply. 10 and 10 goes upstairs. This system is currently a 3-ton. This is the townhome. The only real heat load is one side of the house's exterior. We've got partial attic for the downstairs. Of course, the other about half of the downstairs is above the second floor, and then beside the house is another townhome. So this is a 3-ton unit. The home is roughly 1,800 square feet. The load calculation comes in somewhere between, it's like 3.1. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say 3.1. It was slightly over 2.5 tons. We're going back with 2.5 tons in the home. We did recommend zoning, but we are going back with a non-zone system, and we are going to be totally renovating this entire air handler duct system. Not replacing all of it, but we are going to be changing all of it. Not replacing it, but changing the setup, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to ruin the surprise. I'm just going to turn the camera back on when we've got it in place, and you guys can see what we're doing. But yeah, I don't really throw systems back in with just such awful duct systems. I like to, if I get the job, I'm going to do it right. That's just me. But and luckily my dad feels the same way for the most part. So we typically will do the job right, or kind of not at all. That's kind of what we like to do. So alright, well that was alright, so that's the start of the job. That's the pre-inspection, if you will. And my rant is over, so we'll get started tearing the system out, and we'll turn the camera back on once I've got it mostly connected, so you guys can see what the before and after is like. So let's have a look, see what we did. Alright, so oh boy, where to start? Here's our unit here. Made it horizontal. Like it really should have been in this attic. Got a nice long 5-foot supply plenum. Reducing plenum. And here is the upstairs feed. So we straightened that out really nicely. Left that at 10. This goes to the downstairs lines that we're coming right off the plenum. Here's our upstairs return. Straighten that out nicely, no more kinked off. We ran a 16-inch return to the existing box, and that's the upstairs return. New line set installed. There's the old ones. Here's my readings. Ran the wire for the high voltage and I stapled it up. I even tried to put a couple staples on that mess of wires. We'll crawl up underneath here. Ooh. Here's a shot of the back of the unit. Let's get some light on it. So we lowered this trunk line down, and I used a piece of flex because I have a hand damper and all the lines, so we can adjust accordingly. I also took that light switch out that powered the old unit and put a nice little outlet there. So we are rocking and rolling. Pretty much all done. Thing I noticed is I think they put the radiant barrier in this attic upside down, so not the most clever thing there. Climb out of that hole. Man, I've done that a few times. So check this out. I didn't know that Mr. Curtis was in the air sanitizing business. Well, there you go. Alright, here's our outdoor unit. Pretty quiet. The line set cover on there. Still gonna have to try to make a little cap for it so animals can't climb up there. I painted a little PVC piping cap to splice the thermostat wire there. And if you guys remember, there's a big hole right here. I painted that piece of metal to cover that up. She's running pretty smooth. Another successful job in the books. And I reckon we'll see you guys on the next one. Alright guys, here's some bonus footage. I took that dryer home that we saw on the outside of the old unit. Okay, let's cut it open and see what's inside this thing. It had a bunch of joints in it. I know they didn't flow nitrogen when they installed it, so I got it cut open here. Ooh, those balls look pretty dark. This is a spring-loaded little guard. That looks pretty clear. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, that's pretty clear. So this was the inlet. Definitely looks like that was leaking. The unit was really low on charge, and that's an awful solder trouble. Let's see if we can get to the very first inlet screen here. This should be where most of the copper oxide would be. Okay, so this is inlet, and then it's going to hit this screen. Actually, you know what? I want to say that's backwards. The way that screen is shaped, this would be the outlet side. So it would come in this side through that just metal guard. It's spring loaded to keep pressure on the beads. And then it will come this way and kind of pack down in there. So, alright. So I went and looked through this and I cannot see anything through there. Let me grab a flashlight. So I got the light here, and you cannot see anything through there. So this it's actually a little hard to blow through as well. Let's see if I can make one more cut. Alright, so I made another cut. Still can't see anything through that screen. Let's see if we can work this thing out of here. Alright guys, I'm just gonna have to use these scissors to cut the screen. Wow. Okay, so that's a fiberglass pad. It's pretty black. It's pretty black and nasty, that's for sure. So the screen's not too bad itself. Tons of stuff on this fiberglass pad though. Yeah, so I haven't actually seen one with this material inside the screen. It's usually just the screen. That's kind of interesting. Definitely a lot of crud in there though. You guys can see all those really dark balls in there. They used to be really white. So, oh, cool. There's a little tech tip. If you guys own these kind of copper cutters, I didn't know this for a long time, but there's a spare. Right in here is a spare wheel. That's a spare wheel right there. Yep. Alright guys, Well, I think I'll go ahead and I'll include a short little clip of another install we did, a package unit, right after we finished this job. I didn't film very much. I just took some quick shots of it when we were done. Alright, enjoy. We'll see y'all later. Yep. Make sure you show them my handiwork now.
So you think you like that break? Think you like
Yeah.
doing rain shields by yourself instead of having them done?
Wasn't too bad.
How long is it going to take you to do a rain shield done?